What a showcase of two superstar teams in Denver with the Nuggets getting the tilt there, Davis.
Best player in the NBA, Nikola Jokic, until proven otherwise. I don't know what it is. It seems that no one is actually willing to accept the fact that he's the best player. Like, they win the title last year, basically not even breaking a sweat winning the title, by the way, if you really remember it. I mean, maybe there was like a one moment against the Heat where you thought maybe they won't get this done. And it feels like, what would this guy have to do? He just gets a triple-double every night. He goes up against all the other best teams in the NBA. They've got, absolutely nothing for him. Kristaps Porzingis is just, he's got his hands on his knees. He's like, what do you want me to do with this guy? It's unbelievable. And I think we are just lucky to watch a guy who is this good, play basketball.
It's a global game here. Obviously, we know Jokic from Europe. You take a look here at another guy from York. It's Luka Doncic. How about him last night? 35 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists, a triple-double in a win for the Dallas Mavericks over the Miami Heat. They also get the cover here. And as we talk about the guys that are fighting for the MVPs, he's only 25 years old. That's Luka Doncic. He's dominating on a night-to-night basis. But again, when Nikola Jokic has a better basketball team and winning premier matchups, he's going to increase his lead for the MVP here. But that's a nice win for the Dallas Mavericks to get one down there over the Miami Heat.
Well, it is just kind of one of those things, man. Luka Doncic is he kind of is the same sort of force of personality, force of basketball. It's like you can play this perfect team game against him. Heat culture, no one works harder. Luka's teammates cannot show up. Luka's teammates can get in foul trouble. Luka's teammates can be injured, and it's just like, I don't know, once a week, basically, if Luka decides we're winning this game, you're kind of just at the mercy of him deciding that he really wants to win that game.
The Western Conference is going to be phenomenal down the stretch and also into the playoffs. So many teams chock full of talent, superstars all over the place. Cannot wait for the NBA playoffs to get underway. Talking about a team that's fighting for their playoff positioning here. That's the Minnesota Timberwolves. As an underdog yesterday, the Carl Anthony Towns. How about that? Help me out here. Carl Anthony Towns. How about that stutter there? 113-111. The injuries are even getting to me this morning here. But you take a look yesterday, a 2-point win there for the Timberwolves, 113-111. They get the job done because Ant-Man was sensational yesterday with 44 points. My goodness here. And also a key block at the end of the game.
We should have been on this yesterday. I should have realized that the number one thing that would have happened in this Pacers game would have been Anthony Edwards in that locker room saying, like, I'm the man now. There's no more your ball, my ball. It is, I can take as many shots as I want. And he took 35. I'm going to guess 35 field goal attempts is close to the most taken in a game by any player this season, if not the most. Look at him in those throwback Wolves jerseys. Just beautiful, beautiful stuff there. Yeah, we should have been on Anthony Edwards, over points, over made threes, all that stuff, because it should be pretty obvious that he was going to come out and just try and absolutely smoke in this game. One thing I did find interesting was I misinterpreted the rotation stuff wrong yesterday for the Timberwolves. We can talk about that more a little bit, but TJ Warren coming off the bench as the eighth man. I did not have that on my bingo card.
How about that? Big win last night. And also, don't throw out the season just yet for those Minnesota Timberwolves. Surgery here for Carl Anthony Towns. Looks like he's going to be out a month here, but they're saying he could be back here, Davis, early in the Western Conference playoffs. Maybe you get a discount now on those Timberwolves if you trust them.
I'm not buying that. I think if there's any discount to be had, honestly, buy the discount on the Denver Nuggets.
By the way, discounts on this one, the Arizona Wildcats taking down the UCLA Bruins. My goodness, this should have been my best bet. I said they would win easily, and they did. Covering is roughly a double-digit dog. Arizona 88, UCLA 65. The Arizona Wildcats rounding into form for the big dance here, Davis.
They are rounding into form. I mean, we had this one on the program yesterday. We both decided UCLA doesn't have the horses in the tank. I'm starting to get pretty excited here, man, for the beginning of March Madness. Tuning in, checking the scores of the conference tournaments every night. We are ready to go here.
Arch Madness yesterday on the board. You take a look at Stetson and the A's, son, pulling out a late victory here with a 3-point shot, but there still was some baseball news going around and extensions here for the Boston Red Sox. They're probably going to be down a starting pitcher, so what I want to do, let's make some other starting pitchers here happy and give them some cash. Brian Bayo agrees to a 6-year, $55 million extension for the Red Sox, and the Red Sox fans want some money to be spent there at the pitching position, but didn't expect it to be Bayo. They want even more here, but it's a good extension for a good young pitcher here in Boston.
It is. I mean, this feels like a very team-friendly extension. 6 years, $55 million. Like we're not that far away from guys earning $55 million per year if they're really good starting pitchers, Donnie. So feels team-friendly.
Pete Jensen's going to come on a little bit later in the show so we can go over hockey, the games that happened last night, and also the trade deadline, which ends today at 3 p.m. Eastern. Davis, are you tuned in here to the NHL trade deadline today? Excited?
I am, because my team, the Colorado Avalanche, already made 2 pretty strong moves. We are looking to add a second title in 3 years in Colorado, Donnie.
Midwest boy, rooting for that Midwestern team out there in Denver. Can't wait to see it play out in the NHL. Who's going to lift Lord Stanley's Cup? But you know what we got to do next? The biggest game of the night yesterday. Absolutely. The Boston Celtics and the Denver Nuggets will cover it from post to post. Come on back right now. It is the early line. We'll be right back.